This is huge for the Padres as this victory revealed some big things about this team that could last for the playoffs. Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew, where we are happy about the Padres able to win games, and not just win games, but walk games off, because I don't remember the last time we got a walk-off. Before anything, please subscribe. Like I said, I want us to get to 3,000 by the end of the season. That'd be fantastic. I still got to bring it up with Christian to see what he wants to do. Someone said we should give away hats when we hit 3,000. I don't know what you expect. Like, I can't afford that. I have no idea where you live, and why would you want to give me your address? That's kind of creepy. I'm thinking more something like a live stream, right? Like maybe at some point if we hit 3,000, we'll do our first live stream or something. Maybe if it's before the playoffs start, we can do like a live stream reaction to a playoff game, which would be horrible because I'd be hella stressed out. I'd be swearing. I'd be yelling. I would be out of my mind. And either you'd love that or you hate that. I don't know. But I'll kind of come up with some goals and I'll run it by Christian and we'll have like a little sub goal. We'll see. But yeah, the more important part, baseball. Also, because before I forget, I want to do this too. If you guys like sports, if you like talking about sports, if you like writing about sports, why not apply for the Digest Media role? We got all kinds of jobs, all kinds of sports. So just apply in the link below. And yeah, join us. We're super cool. I promise you, we're super cool. Okay, now for baseball. AJ Cassavell's back. We missed you. Final Padres 4, Reds 3 in 10 innings. Padres rallied from a 3-run deficit and walked it off on Fernando Tatis Jr.'s sacrifice fly in the 10th. They've won 3 straight, which is crazy. 3 straight shouldn't be that much, but for how we've played recently, it is a huge accomplishment. I mean, the Dodgers won 2 straight. They almost got... Not to bring up the Dodgers on a Padres channel, but they were throwing a no-hitter and losing. They won. Don't get me wrong, they won. But that's if they would have gotten, if they would have lost on a no-hitter, that was their no-hitter. That'd have been the funniest thing in the entire year. It would have been funnier than the Orioles walk-off the other day. But whatever. Besides that, this was the most fun I've had watching Padres baseball in a few weeks. Really entertaining game. Do it again tomorrow. I mean, we don't have to walk off tomorrow. If we can win by 10, that'd be better. But, you know, a win's a win. We'll always take a win. But let's talk about the first thing that happened pre-game when we got the lineup, right? A lot of people were upset that Ryan O'Hearn wasn't starting today. And it seems like a good time to point out that Ryan O'Hearn has an 8.28 OPS this season against lefties, and he's on the bench. Instead, they used Jose Iglesias at shortstop rather than putting Jake Cronenworth there and opening up first base for O'Hearn, with Arraez moving to second. Please apply. Already talked about it. So, let me start with this. This might be a really hot take. I don't disagree with keeping O'Hearn out of the lineup today. Normally, I would be like, yes, put him in the lineup. But I feel like recently he has been playing pretty poorly and striking out at a high clip. And you saw the strikeout today, right? Like, he swung at a high pitch. And I feel like he's been striking out a lot. I think yesterday he had like 3 strikeouts. The day before he had a couple strikeouts. So I think he needs a little bit of a break, right? And I'm not saying he sucks. I'm not saying he's a bum. I'm not saying we should never use him against lefties. I'm saying today I am happy that he got a little bit of a break. And I'm more surprised, honestly, that we put Shildt in. Because I know, obviously, Shildt is good against lefties. We've seen it all year. But I feel like Mike Shildt doesn't know that. But I guess he does, right? So another big thing I want to talk about. I guess let me start with this. Let me talk about Darvish. His night is done. Final line, 5.2 innings pitched, 6... What? Why did you say that twice? It's 5.2. I checked. 5.2 innings pitched, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 0 walks, 7 strikeouts, 91 pitches on 64 strikes. Didn't pitch poorly at all, but the home run ball once again came back to haunt him. So yeah, it was a... Oops, wrong button. It was a good, solid day for Darvish. It's been better. Well, let me rephrase that. It was a good result, but I feel like he had some struggles with the pitch count, especially early in the game, and he did give up 2 home runs. So obviously, it's not great, right? If there are people on base, that would have been a worse start. But, I mean, 3 earned runs keeps us in the game, right? It keeps us in the game. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look horrible. I don't know. It's like, I'm glad. It's not prime Darvish, right? Like, it's not the Darvish we love, but it's not exactly the 5.75 ERA Darvish that we've seen recently. So, Do I like it? No. Do I hate it? No. We'll take it, right? We'll take it. If honestly, if Yu Darvish can pitch like this for the rest of the year, honestly, I'll take it. Even in the playoffs, I'll take it. With our offense, we should be scoring more than 3 runs a game anyways. But like compared to his last stuff, like 2 earned runs, but only in 3.2 innings pitched against the Diamondbacks, and then 4, 3, 8, and then the Mets he had 0 in 7 innings. So I think this is besides the St. Louis game and the Philadelphia game, I feel like this is what we'll expect from Yu Darvish from here on out. I don't know why we signed him to a massive contract. Again, I love Yu Darvish, but I don't really want to see him pitch when he's 46. But we'll see. He's 39 now, I think. So we'll see how it goes. But the other point I want to talk about Ryan O'Hearn is putting Jose Iglesias in. He hits better against lefties and righties. I know it's not the best on the team against lefties. And there's people who are better, like O'Hearn's better than Jose Iglesias, hitting wise against lefties. But Iglesias is a very, very good defender. So let's look at Yu Darvish this year, right? According to his StatCast statistics. First things first, I want to point out that his expected ERA should be at 3.64, but it's at a 5.75. Right now it's at a 5.60 something, but still, his expected ERA should be better, which is crazy. But when I was talking about yesterday, when we put Cronenworth at shortstop, Dylan Cease is more of a strikeout pitcher, which means less balls are going to be hit in play because he'll strike them out more often. And Yu Darvish can be like that, right? But this year, as you can see from his strikeout percentage, it is the lowest of his career at 22.4. Again, he's only pitched like, does it say on here? No, but he's only thrown less than 1,000 pitches. So it's not a big sample size. But my point being is that he is more of a contact hitter now. I mean, yes, he's been giving up a lot of home runs. He has a 393 expected slug this year so far. But my point being is that he is pitching for contact more often. And when you have pitchers, again, like I said, Randy Vasquez, Nestor Cortez, and I guess now Yu Darvish, he hits more pitches, or more pitches are hit on the ground, in the air. Just more pitches are being hit, which means you want solid defense behind him to make those plays. And again, Jose Iglesias provides solid defense. Yes, O'Hearn's better than Arraez at first base, but again, O'Hearn has been kind of shaky recently. So, and Arraez has been hitting better recently. So I'm not gonna hate on the decision. If we would have lost, I still wouldn't have hated the decision. We didn't, but if we would have, I still wouldn't have hated the decision. Maybe that's a hot take, but as you can see from his stats, right, Yu Darvish is not that much of a strikeout hitter anymore. So, I'm sorry, strikeout pitcher anymore. So, that's my defense for his decision. I know I just spent way too long talking about that, but let's focus on the game. Hello, Jackson Merrill. Let's go back to, I guess, talk about Mason Miller real quick. Mason Miller is punching out hitters at a 50% clip since joining the Padres. That includes 7 of the last 11 he's faced. He works a 1-2-3-8 with 2 strikeouts, still tied at 3, and he just threw an immaculate inning. So, Mason Miller, you should be our closer next year. If you want to be a starter, fine, whatever. But like, our bullpen looks good. I mean, Alec Jacob, he looked good for his 1 out. But Estrada actually looks better, which was fantastic. I mean, he did give it the hit, right? But then Morahone came in for an out, shut it down. Mason Miller looked great. Robert Suarez looked great. I know a lot of people are scared when Robert Suarez comes in with a tied game situation, and I don't blame you, right? His stats look pretty poor in those situations, but he came through, right? And then Wandy got his 1 out. He did his job, got the win. And we somehow pitched well against Nick Martinez, who I feel like always destroys us. I don't know why. I feel like somewhere I've seen that. And we'll talk about the offense in a sec, but Nick Lodolo, my bad, is a good pitcher, and we kind of saw it today. Only 2 hits allowed from him. So, yeah, pitching-wise, today was a good day. I miss having Adam, but some people were giving Peralta, or like Mike Shildt crap for putting Peralta in, but like, who else do you want to use, right? I know there's one guy whose name I'm going to mispronounce again, so I'm not going to say, but you know who I'm talking about. He could have played, but he pitched a lot recently, so I like Wandy Peralta, right? I mean, he hasn't been as good as he was recently, but he's still really good somehow, some way, which I did not expect. Better than Yuki Matsui. I saw a stat or a picture today that Yuki Matsui is pitching better than Tanner Scott, which is hilarious to me. But yeah, I guess we'll talk about Michael King tomorrow too. So tomorrow is the return of Michael King. I have a thing for that. Michael King is expected to return from the IL and start Tuesday against the Reds. That would give him time for 4 starts before postseason. Padres believe that is sufficient ramp up for King to get him what he needs before he starts in the postseason. Did I read that completely wrong? Yes, I did. But Michael King's going to be a huge game tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to get. I don't know what to expect. but it's going to be a huge game for him because last time he started, it wasn't that great, and then he got injured. So this is a huge game for him. And against Zach Littell, Padres gotta. I know he's relatively good, but we got to do something against him, right? We got to do some damage. We can't just face the bullpen. We got to start getting good hit and contact against good pitchers because that's what we're going to face in the playoffs. But yeah, big game tomorrow for Michael King because honestly, depending on how Michael King pitches is going to decide the playoffs for us because we need 3 solid starters. And right now we have Nick Pivetta and that's it, right? Like who's left? Michael King has to be our second good pitcher, and we have to hope that Dylan Cease or someone else can pitch well in the playoffs. So this is a huge game for Michael King tomorrow. Huge game tomorrow. Make sure you guys watch that. But let's talk about the offense real quick. Where were we? Gavin Sheets, like I talked about. I'm happy Gavin Sheets is playing against lefties. He's batting .274 against lefties and hit a double off Nick Lodolo. And he, of course, had the RBI. That was him at the RBI, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, he had the RBI. I had to remember for a second. But a big person, of course, Jackson Merrill, 2 outs, 2 strikes. Jackson Merrill triples to score 2 runs and tie the game. Merrill also had a homer and a double yesterday in Colorado. This feels like last year Jackson Merrill clutch at bat. Like, I know it's not the walk-off home run off Edwin Diaz, but it's still a solid hit. He's one of the huge reasons why we won today, mixed with the bullpen and Gavin Sheets, but a huge reason we won today is because Jackson Merrill, and honestly, he needs that. He needs the vibes. This whole team needs the vibes that a walk-off gives us, so I'm super happy for that. And then Tatis had no walk-offs ever until September 2024 and now has 4 career walk-offs. Cool development, especially with last year's playoff run from him. Appears to have the clutch gene unlocked finally. That's debatable. I mean, he's had some good clutch moments. He's had some bad clutch moments. We'll see. I don't have his stats offhand about his runners in scoring position, but we'll see, right? Besides that, I think that's pretty much everything. We can look down the list real quick, but everyone had a fine game. Arraez, I know I just said Arraez had a better game, but he had some good contact today, to be honest. I think one of his pitches were like one of the hardest hits he's had all year this year, even though it was out to the right fielder, but still, he had good at-bats, to be honest. Machado, please, Machado, please. Gavin Sheets, looking good. Laureano has been better, but he's still looking good, right? Iglesias, I know he said he hits good against lefties, but again, he's there for the defense and maybe the occasional hit. And then Cronenworth, big bunt for Cronenworth. I mean, Cronenworth had low-key a big game. I want to make a Cronenworth appreciation video because too many people are calling him Cronenworthless and it annoys me. He's quietly having one of his best years right now. I mean, I think he has the highest OPS on the team. I feel like I saw that. I don't know if that's true. I'll have to double check that, but yeah. And then Fermin, I like what you do. You blocked a lot of pitches today. That's your value. You do good defense. But yeah, that's it. Tomorrow, big game. Super excited for that. Let me know how you guys feel. Are you excited for Michael King? What kind of game do you think we're going to get out of him? And how do you feel about Darvish? Do you think he's earned himself more like a possible playoff start? Or are you still skeptical? Let me know. And how do you feel about the offense? Do you think we still got to pitch better against or hit better against lefties and good starting pitching in general? Or are you not worried? I don't know. Let me know everything. And let me know what you guys want me to do for a sub goal or me and Christian. Something realistic, please. But let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Go Padres. I will search out a speech therapist so I learn how to speak one day. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye. Go Padres. Goodbye.